sweet peaches, and welcome to my very first Happy Home Paradise speed build. As you can see, we are building our school, which is the first facility. I did actually film this video a week or two ago. It just took me forever to edit this because I was extremely indecisive, as you can probably already tell. Basically, I knew that I wanted my overall theme to be kind of like a colorful kidcore, and so I kind of tried all these different like traditional kidcore colors. Like I always just think of like blue and yellow and pink as being like go-to kidcore colors, but I don't know, it just wasn't working with me, so I ended up going just for this plain pink and white exterior that you just saw a second ago. It's kind of how I would imagine if like Hello Kitty went to a school or something, how the exterior would look. And I kind of just played around, as you can see here, with this new feature of how you can like change the room sizes, and you can change like the entryways, which I'm so happy to have unlocked that feature, because trying to build all these little tiny houses was not working for me. I definitely needed these different room sizes. Which at the time I'm filming this, I have actually played a little bit past this. I actually just built my second facility last night. I did a cafe. I did not film it for YouTube because I had absolutely no idea what I wanted to do, and I knew it was going to be a giant hot mess if I tried to make it into a cohesive video. But I actually have a really clear idea of how my restaurant will look, so I hopefully will be able to film that and get that uploaded here shortly. But anyways, here I am just getting out all of the furniture for this classroom. There's so many cute classroom items. It was really exciting for me to get to use these because I've never really used these furniture pieces before. I've always loved kidcore, but I've never actually done a kidcore island, so I've never gotten to use all these like little kitty items, so it was kind of fun. And then of course there's all the new stuff for the 2.0 update. And then here, I just changed my mind like 1,000 times on the wallpaper. I feel like, I don't know, I love the accent wall thing, but I kind of feel like I have to, I don't know, I use it too much. Like I'm just so excited to have accent walls that I'm like, I feel the need to make everything an accent wall. And I sometimes go a little overboard, but I think it looks really good here. I do think actually towards the end of the video, I switch it so that the manga wallpaper, I think that's what it's called, is like the accent wall in the front, and then the sides are the pink wood. But I just like how this looked together. I kind of, for my school, wanted it to just be super colorful and like a dream classroom, not like a realistic, sad, depressing classroom like the ones that I had growing up. So I did, off to this right side, I'm slowly working on making the actual classroom area. As I said, I want it to be very cutesy, so I used those little kitty chairs in all the different colors. I thought it was just so cute. Not very realistic, but it's definitely a lot of fun. Anyways, how are you all loving the DLC? Like I said, I haven't actually uploaded a Happy Home Paradise video before. This is my first one. I've been a little slow on the content creation front lately, but I am loving this DLC. I'm taking it pretty slow. Like I said, I just did my cafe last night. I know a lot of people have finished the DLC already and are quite a ways ahead of me. I'm just about halfway through almost, I think. I think I've done 12 or 13 builds now, so that's roughly like halfway through the game. But I'm having a lot of fun. I think my only frustration is just like unlocking the furniture, because there were like some things I wanted to use in this build that I didn't have unlocked. Like I don't even know what the item is called, but I think it's in like that new patchwork series. There's like a chair cushion that's like on the floor. I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about. I have not seen it at all in the game, so I don't know what it's called, but I made a little reading corner, and I thought it was gonna be perfect for that reading corner. Like literally the moment I saw that furniture item, I was like, oh my god, I have to use that for like a schoolhouse reading corner, and I didn't have the item unlocked, so I was really bummed out by that. And I definitely will probably redo this schoolroom at some point once I have more furniture items, but I just wanted to at least have fun with this for like a first go through, and I do think it turned out really cute. But yeah, the unlocking of the furniture has been the roughest thing. I've been frustrated, I think, just because I want to use the Sanrio furniture and everything, and I don't have it unlocked. I actually just used the amiibo feature last night to see if you actually could scan the Sanrio cards, and you can, which is great. So I scanned in my boy Marty, so I have all the pom-pom pudding stuff now. And yeah, I definitely am going to take some time today to at least get like the My Melody and Hello Kitty stuff. Which does unfortunately mean I'm gonna have to build a house for Rilla, but I guess I can live with that. I guess I can live with designing a house for a gorilla. They're definitely not my favorite species. I don't think that's a hot take at all. I think most people here would probably agree that the gorillas are just not where it's at. But you know what? I will build a house for Rilla if it means I can get the Hello Kitty stuff, because that would be perfect for a classroom. Like if I could have had the little Hello Kitty chairs for the desks here, that would have been great. I like really struggled picking out patterns for all of the furniture. I know you can use your own custom designs, but I'm the kind of person who is constantly changing their codes, and so I don't know, like, you know, a code I use right now might look great, but in a month or two it might have changed to something else, so it'll look ridiculous. That was always my issue in the original Happy Home Designer game. I changed my codes constantly, so I would revisit old builds and they would look hilarious because there'd be like random patches of grass like on chairs because I had switched the codes out. So I'm trying to avoid using path codes as much as possible. I think I've already actually changed some of my paths that I told myself I wasn't, so I'm gonna have to go and check back some of my old designs to make sure they still look okay. Which, speaking of designs, I also just unlocked that feature where you can go and visit other people's designs, which I haven't really explored much, like just like the public page. I looked at some of my close friends' builds last night, but I haven't looked at other people's, which if you have a design code, please leave it in the comments. I'd love to visit and see what you all have been building. That was another thing I loved so much about the original game, was going to visit like popular designs that had been posted. There was like a rating feature, like you could vote like I can't remember if there was actually like a scale of 1 to 5, but you could vote if you thought it was like really cute or cool, and you could go and look at houses that had been rated well. I don't know if they included that in this game or not. Like I said, I just got the feature last night, but I remember I used to go and look at like really cool houses from like content creators like in Japan or in other places, just because at that time I wasn't really like on social media because I was like, I don't know, 13. I was like a child, so I didn't really go online that much. So I never really got to see like what people in other places were doing. I didn't really get exposed to much other stuff, so it's kind of cool to be able to see what other people are up to in their builds. So I'm definitely excited to check that out. I will put my own design code in my description box below, so you can see my builds. This build should be uploaded there actually. I believe it's like the second one I posted. So you can definitely visit and walk around and see the finished build, which obviously I will show the finished build, but I do still highly recommend you visit yourself, just because there's a lot of stuff like going on. Like I'm very into cluttercore, as you can maybe tell. Every little space on the wall is like filled in. There's so much furniture, and I feel like it's nice to be able to walk around this build and see it from different angles. I feel like it just really changes the way that it looks. But anyways, enough random babbling, back to the actual build at hand. Obviously I built that classroom off to the right. I ended up switching out to do the little flower tables for the desks, which I think is so precious. And on the left side, I made it more of like a recreational area. Like I have that little reading nook, because I don't know about you, but when I was a little kid, I was always the kid hiding out in the little reading corners. I did not want to interact with other students. I just wanted to sit and read and avoid all human contact, which, I mean, I'm still the same now, but you know. And then I'm building over here this little art room, which I really struggled, which you're basically gonna see that like any second now. I just could not figure out how I wanted to arrange the tables and have all the chairs and still have it like be functional, like so you can sit on all the chairs but still walk around the room but still have it look like good. I really struggled. But I kind of tried to make it inspired by my actual like art classrooms I grew up with. The tables were always in like big like squares or circles or like U shapes, so I ended up going for, I think, kind of like a U-shaped thing at the end. Just because that's kind of what I actually remember from my own growing up school life. It feels weird to say that. I feel like I should still be in school. It's still very surreal to me that I'm not in school anymore. It's been very nice though. In case you're new here, you don't know me very well, I did finish college this last year, so I'm looking very, very far back at my school days. So many months ago. It was like a lifetime ago, but it's been very weird not being in school anymore. Like, I don't know, it's just always been a part of your life and suddenly it's not. And I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have finals. Or like my friends or people online will be talking about school and I'm like, oh yeah, that's like a thing. People are still doing that. It kind of just feels, it feels very bizarre to not, I don't know, it's just not a part of my life anymore. This whole last year has just been bizarre in general. I feel like I haven't been in school in several years, honestly, even though it's only been a few months, just because I haven't physically been in school in a while, just because, COVID and all that. So I haven't really been on an actual like campus in a long time. It's been well over a year, almost 2 years now, which is weird to think about. Anyways, wow, I got very off topic there. My brain is just all over the place. I did not take my Adderall this morning and it is definitely showing. I thought I was managing well without it, but I guess not, because my brain just went off right there. She just said, we're just gonna go off and think about whatever we feel like thinking about. And you can pretty much see here, I think this is the final, I don't think I changed it. Maybe I do. Watch me change it like any second now. But I'm pretty sure this is like how I had the benches arranged for this little art room. I like, this little U-shaped thing. I think it's just so cute, and I love I wanted it to be fairly realistic. Like there's a sink there so you can wash your dirty art supplies off afterwards and all that jazz. I wanted to actually, be like a functional art classroom. And here's where I finally switch up the walls. I just thought that it looked better having the books like in the front of the room and the side walls just a little more simplistic. Honestly, I wish you could have accent walls for like each wall. I know that's probably like really over the top, but like what if I want each wall to look different? I would definitely do that. Or like make the left wall the accent instead of the back wall, but whatever. I'm happy to have anything at this point. I told myself I would never complain about Animal Crossing ever again after this update, so complaints over. But I am just going to sit quietly until the end of this build so that you can enjoy watching me fidget with these items and getting them just so until the build is complete. she is, folks, the final completed school build. I am so happy with how this turned out. It is so stinking cute, if I do say so myself, and I think Caroline is just perfect teacher vibes. Like, she genuinely makes me think of the teachers I had growing up. And I had a lot of fun with the different camera angles and dressing everyone up. I have just been loving this DLC so much, and this update and all the little features with it. It has been so stinking cute. And I really hope that you enjoyed watching this and seeing what my school looked like. As I said earlier, please upload your designer codes if you have one, like in the comments. I would love to see what all of your schools look like, because there's obviously so many different ways you could build it. I also, I had to include this because this is my other favorite feature of this DLC, the fact that the villagers play in the sand, like, hello. But anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.